What's up, y'all? It's Coach Adri.
And Coach K.
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Reps. Thank you for joining us again for yet another week, another episode. We are so excited to be here, and we thank you for being here. So, as always, we're going to start off with the warm up, starting with our check in. So, let's check in with you, Coach K. How are we feeling today? I had a feeling that was going to be your response or whatever.
Well, it's just been a lot in the last couple of days. So I'm just trying to figure out how to shake it all off and get back on my feet. But I'm here and I'm doing great and I'm thankful that I have another day to start all over. So yeah.
All right. Love that for you. Me, I'm good. You know, I've been trying to get my sleep schedule back together because going from nights to days to nights to days, it just don't be working. I slept a lot today. Yeah, I worked all weekend and I slept a lot, and I was like, dang, like, not the way I expected my first day off to be, but it's just the way life goes, you know. So I'm just trying to get myself back into the rhythm of just being on a regular like sleep schedule. So that's my biggest like feat right now. Everything else is good though, and I'm just gonna roll us into our accountability. I'm so proud of myself, so I'm going to start off this week.
Oh, you're excited to start.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah.
For once. So we're going to just get into the accountability right quick. So last episode, I know I said that I was struggling with my workouts, and I wanted to make sure that I got to the gym at least 3 times or more a week. And I believe I made it to the gym this week. I think I had 5 workouts this past week.
Okay, now
I had 5
let's
workouts.
get
it.
it.
So I really did that. So I was so proud of myself. I said, oh, look at me. I'm making it. Even with this crazy work schedule. So what about you? What did you say you wanted to hold yourself accountable?
Mine was to take notes when I was doing my
For understanding, right?
For understanding when I'm doing my Bible reading on my plan. So I would have to say some days were better than others. I did get frustrated a couple of times because I'm like, I don't know like what I'm supposed to get out of this, and then I had to keep telling myself, give yourself some grace. You have never done this before. Like, you know, I was always, going to church and stuff like that, but never really like open the Bible and try to read it, understand it. So it's getting a little easier now to like, or figure out like when do I have to ask a question. Maybe there's not always a question for every chapter. So that's another thing. I'm trying to dig like it's homework. Like I'm in school and I'm like, this is not supposed to be like that. Like stop making it more than just read it. Right. Like he's gonna be happy that you're reading and you're seeking him. So there were some days better than others, but for the most part, like it's getting easier now to like really start doing it. So yeah, not bad.
Okay, yeah, I actually did Bible study today. I think I told you me and my sister are doing it. Now, mind you, it's supposed to be like do it in a year, but we've been doing it since last year. We on day 21 with the videos.
Okay.
But in that the YouTube channel that we follow to do it, she like guides us through each chapter, whatever the reading is, and she gives us like these questions called heart checks, and that kind of helps making notes and understanding what the scripture means and how it's applicable to like our lives or whatever it is.
Right.
So that's helpful for me. And then at the end of it, she has like I think like deep dive questions, like not necessarily that are related to the whole reading, but like in different aspects. So yeah, I understand what you mean when you say like, because that's the only way I'm able to understand the Bible and understand, like, especially with all of them names and the way that it's written. I got the simplest version. Like I said the last episode when we was talking about it, I get the simplest version because I'm like, if it has to make like sense to me, like in like layman's terms. So if it don't, I'm just like, yeah. But it's good. I actually really do like it. So
yeah. So even for me, also was the language barrier. So I had to order a new Bible.
I be forgetting that English is your second.
It's so hard. So sometimes it's just like, I don't even, it's not even the actual story. Like if I don't understand this word, what do I even know? How do I even understand it? So I had to go down to like, one, I have the most simplest Bible to understand and read in English. And I was still struggling. I was like, this is crazy. So I found one that's English in one side and Spanish right by side. Okay. So now like, it's just so weird how knowing 2 languages could really be confusing sometimes. Like being that Spanish was my first language, but I was raised here. But at home, it's all Spanish. So there's time that like English word will make sense versus the Spanish word. Sometimes I need the Spanish word, not the English word. So, and I didn't think about it, but when I started reading like both of them, I'm like, I'll just read one, like let's say a couple of verses of one, then I go to English and Spanish and like kind of go back and forth, and it's becoming more easier. But I'm like, this is really a journey, okay?
I know that. Okay, so we're gonna get right into our fun facts now. Okay, so if you want to give yours first, I mean, give mine first.
I'll give mine first. Since
okay.
you were so
What's
excited.
Your fun fact? What's your fun fact for today, girl?
It ain't about walking. We're gonna talk about that.
Oh yeah, cause we off the feet.
We off the feet now. So let's talk about. So my fun fact is that I have this weird thing sometimes. So I don't know if it's funny and weird, but like there's some stuff like mango, right? Like I love mango, but I would not for the life of me eat a mango. I'm not gonna eat the fruit. I don't like all that stuff all in my teeth. I can't. The texture gets me. But give me a smoothie, ice cream, juice, I don't know, name it, sauce, anything mango, give it to me. So I think.
Do you eat mango salsa?
No, I pick it out. I love that it has
okay, wait. Now, okay. Do you eat salsa?
Yes. And I pick out the mango.
You'll tell me you'll eat salsa with like, what is it, tomatoes, peppers, or whatever it is, like onions. Pico de gallo?
Yeah, and pick out the mango.
And if it's mango, you picking it out?
Yes, I'm going to pick it out. It's just like, why is it fuzzy? Like, I can't do it. I can't see because
texture thing is. I'm kind of that way with watermelon. Like I don't like watermelon to eat it, but I'll drink or eat stuff that's watermelon flavored. But I think I don't know. It's not many things that I'm like that with. It's like that's probably the only thing for me.
There's a few like kiwi. That's another one. It's fuzzy. I don't want it.
Okay,
I don't want
it's a texture thing.
It's like a texture thing.
Do you eat cottage cheese?
Listen. For the first time, did you see?
Like, I was gonna see what you was gonna say because I seen it in your post.
But you see how I did that though. That was Cortez's idea.
Okay.
I looked at that thing. I said, "Why is it clumpy? Why I look like that?" He like just put it in the pasta and mixed it in and put it in the oven. But I tried it after. It was really good. But I was nervous because I was like, "Bruh, this is about to make me gag."
I don't eat
then
it.
I think about Mariah, how she just eats it. Girl,
yeah, nasty.
I was nervous, but it was good. It was good. It was good.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Picking out mangoes. My fun fact today is that I went skydiving to conquer my fear of heights.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I did. It was years ago. I was always scared of heights. I used to have an issue, and it might be a little dark, but like I just always have a fear that like the way I'm gonna die is I'm gonna fall off of something high.
Oh Lord.
So like I wouldn't ride roller coasters or anything like that. I don't like climbing up on top of like super high stuff and stuff like that. So I tried a couple different things, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go skydiving.
How was it?
Honestly, it was a really great experience. I would do it again. I would absolutely do it again. I was in tandem now. I was in tandem. I was not jumping out by myself, but I did go. And after, when I got back on the ground, I was like, that was like so like exhilarating. And I was just like, this is, and it felt like very liberating too, because it kind of felt like now I'm to the point where it's like, I'm not afraid of heights anymore. And now I ain't really afraid of anything, but heights was definitely one of them things that I was just like, But yeah, now, you know, so yeah, I went skydiving to conquer that fear.
I think I want to try that because you know what? I'm scared of heights.
We can go.
You know what? I'm going to call it K-logic because there's a lot of stuff that I do that don't make sense, but I still do. So, like, I'm scared of heights. I can't look down. Ain't no way. I can't be high up somewhere and look down. I'm going to lose it. I'm a pie faint. But I'll get on roller coaster and stuff and walk all them stairs, but I'm not looking down. I'm not looking back. Girl, what? The girls for my first girls trip last year for one of my best friend's birthday, she said she want to go dine in the sky. Dine where? On the
sky. Oh, I thought you said die in the sky.
Oh, no, dine. Whoa. We not dying in the sky.
I was about to say, what? She called playing that?
Eat. Food, comida.
Okay.
Girl. In the sky. I said, you up there by yourself. I'm not going up there. She goes, no, like, how you not going to do it? I'm not.
I saw that on like a reality TV show or something.
Puerto Rico somebody just got it.
Somebody was doing that, and I was just like, I don't know if I could do that.
Girl.
Because I just feel like being suspended in the air, I'd like to enjoy my food. And even though
this is what I was talking about.
Suspended in the air is kind of Unless you want a plane. That's the only way I'm eating in the sky.
Girl, when I say I was throwing champagnes, because ain't no way. By the time we got done, I'm like, I was like, God forgive me, I'm about to be drunk. But I couldn't do it. It was so scary. And they're all hee ha ha. And I'm like, y'all kiki kaka all y'all want. I couldn't look back, girl. I was literally like this. I was like, this is crazy. And someone told me about skydiving. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should do it. I've been thinking about it. To see if I could get out of this.
We should
scare.
Go. We'll go this year. Let's plan it. We're going skydiving.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared.
All right. So, as we're talking about our fun facts, we have 2 guests in the studio with us today, and they have to give us their fun facts. So the first thing we want to do is introduce them, and as always, y'all, I always forget to ask them how they like to be introduced. So I'm going to introduce them as I know them, and then they can tell us more about themselves. So we like to welcome to Beyond the Rest podcast, Tanisha and Brianna. Welcome, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. Yeah. Okay, so how do y'all want to be first called by name?
Brianna.
Just Brianna?
You can call me T.
T? Okay. Yeah. I was going to call you T, but I was just like, we just going to put her name out there and then see how she want to go. So, okay, love that. Okay, so let's start with T. T, can you just tell the people, tell them who you are and give us a fun fact about yourself.
Well, my name is Tanisha. For those of you that don't know me, call me T, like I just said. I don't know. About me, I'm from the Bronx. Okay. I always rep the Bronx. So I always start off and people are like, tell me about yourself. I'm from the Bronx, okay? I am of Caribbean descent. So my mom migrated from Guyana to America, and all of my family from Guyana to America. And then on my dad's side, it's Jamaican side. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I have a puppy named Frankie, who is like the cutest little puppy.
So
y'all met them before.
He's so cute.
Yes, he's so cute. He's crazy, but he's cute. And yeah, I mean, throughout the day, I have my regular 9 to 5, but I also do content creation on the side, and started dabbling into that as of last year consistently. And yeah, I've seen some things that I didn't think I was going to see before. So we'll get into that later. But yeah, it's a little bit about me.
Okay.
Is that my fun fact, right?
Oh, okay.
Fun fact, I took Japanese for 4 years. So 3 years in high school, the only high school in the Bronx to have Japanese as a language class.
Because my brother-in-law is from the Bronx, and I don't think he knows.
Yeah, no,
Japanese.
It was literally, we were like the only high school in the Bronx to have Japanese as like a language class. It was like Japanese and Spanish, and we didn't get to choose what language class we wanted to go to. So like I got my schedule sophomore year, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to tear this Spanish up because, you know, the Bronx is heavily populated with a lot of Hispanic, Spanish-speaking people, right? That wasn't the case. I got my schedule and I saw Jap 101 and I was like, oh, okay, this is different. But we did it. I took the Regents. I passed the Regents. And then when I went to college, I took a year of Japanese, both semesters, my first year. So that's my fun fact.
Would you say you're like fluent?
I'm not fluent, but like I can understand Watashi wa no name wa desu. That means my name is Tanisha.
That sounded legit.
Yeah,
Yes.
that did. She rattled it off too.
Because she said drop a couple lines. I said drop something. But yeah, no, it was definitely like interesting. It was something I was like, I don't think I could do this for real. But hey, when push come to shove and you got to pass classes in order to graduate, you gonna make it do what it do.
Okay. Exactly. Especially being of Caribbean descent,
right?
And coming from that background, because I already know they don't play. They do not play. All right, let's see. What about you, Brianna? Let's introduce yourself and give us a fun fact about you.
Yeah. Hi, I am Brianna. I am originally from Long Island. And I am a content creator as well. I do a lot of beauty, natural hair, things of that nature, and I'm also in the military. So I'm in the Air Force National Guard as well. And a fun fact about me, I guess 2 fun facts. Once I worked in a haunted house, so I used to scare people. It's a very fun job. And it was on Long Island. So the Long Island haunted houses are like outside. Well, some of them are outside, some of them are indoors. So it was like a legit haunted house, not like the ones up here where it's like in a department building. Right. And then like a department store. Like we had like cornfields and like it was fun. And I also worked as it wasn't Disney because they didn't have the rights to Disney, but like a Disney princess. So like Tiana, but like the bootleg Tiana. I was a little princess Tiana. I did one gig of that job and then quit because I can't do this. The kids is just too much. It was awkward.
Oh my god, that's funny. Wait, so
you're an actress too?
That's funny.
Yeah, I was trying to get my acting thing. Yeah, I kept a few videos on my phone. It was an Android, so you can't see much, but you could hear like people just like dying. Like it was fun because you see grown men like passing out, like jumping, like oh my god, that job was so much fun. It was really cold. That was the only thing that sucked. But just scaring people is so much fun. But your voice would be gone at the end of the day.
Oh my god.
It was a fun gig. It was a fun gig.
Wow. That is a very fun fact. Yeah, wow, that is. And I didn't know you were from Long Island.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Me neither. I didn't know that.
Born and raised.
Learning something new. Okay. Also, another fun fact about these two ladies, they are like besties.
Yes, we are.
They are besties. So we love that we have. I think this is our first time having a group on that we're like real close friends. So this should be very, very interesting and very fun. So now that we got the warm out the way, we're going to get right into game time. So, yeah, it's game time.
Game time. Okay.
It's game time, y'all. All right, so for our game time week, for our guests, we always have like some rapid fire questions. And we're going to ask you 4 questions apiece. 4 questions total, I'm sorry. Both of you will answer. Actually, let's see. I think I want to do who of the two of you, which one would be quicker answering a fact-based question?
Fact-based on what facts? Did you ask me like
just a fact-based question?
It depends on
lucky for y'all, it's only one fact-based question today.
Okay.
So
but what's the topic?
Do
you think they're going to get the same answer? Can we put them to both answer at the same time? And whoever gets it first, they win as a team?
Ooh,
I didn't tell you this.
Hold on,
we got
that's a good idea.
On the agenda.
Okay, that's a good idea.
I like that.
8 seconds or less.
Together as a team.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Okay.
We got this. Let's go.
8 seconds or less.
I was born
Okay.
for this.
After when I'm done.
Born for this. I love it.
When
Hold on, let me get the 8 seconds.
Yeah, get the timer ready.
There's a timer.
It's really not gonna be that serious.
This is
I promise.
crazy.
And this was hard. I'm so upset that we couldn't get more fact-based questions for y'all. But okay.
I know.
You ready?
Dang.
And the 8 seconds to make it a little not so crazy, it will start as soon the question she's done with the question.
Mm-hmm.
Just say whatever we think.
First
It's
thing
a
that
fact though,
comes to
so it
mind.
needs to.
It has to be right.
Uh-huh.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Or else you
Right.
got some reps.
It's not an opinion.
Wait, what? Hold up.
I didn't wear
nah.
I got jeans on now.
Reps is crazy. I thought we was beyond the reps. I didn't have to do the reps.
We ain't there yet.
Like,
we ain't there yet.
That's crazy.
All right. You ready, Kay?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, what are the top 3 social media platforms for content creators? Go.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Brianna got it right.
YouTube. It's the YouTube.
The YouTube.
They got the first two together.
They did. They got the first
Instagram
two.
and Facebook are. Meta.
Oh, cause they're like connected now.
Instagram
Right?
and
I don't know, but they are 2 different platforms.
They're 2 different platforms.
They are different platforms.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So it's IG, TikTok, and YouTube. Yep. Okay. All the other 3 questions are not fact based, so we won't be timing you.
They got that in 3 seconds, by the way.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
That was good. See, I told you wasn't that crazy.
no, I was like, oh, okay.
All right. Question 2 is gonna come from Coach K.
Yes, no time on this.
No time on this
Okay.
So you guys could kind of answer however because it could be more like a preference or experience. But rank these. I'm gonna give you a couple of things. So I just want you guys to rank them in order of what makes the gym most intimidating: crowds, equipment, and knowledge.
Crowd, knowledge, equipment.
Oh, we were supposed to do it at the same time?
No,
Oh,
whatever is like
equipment, crowds, knowledge for me.
Okay.
Specifically.
Okay.
Not for
Okay.
everyone. I don't
Yeah.
speak for everyone.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Okay, that's good. Third question. I want you to define your niche in 3 words.
On social media, obviously.
Health, wellness, fitness, beauty.
Natural beauty. Natural beauty. You said 3 words? Or less?
Or less.
Natural beauty.
Natural beauty. Okay, I like that. That's a big encompassing term. I like that. Okay, cool. And last question.
And our last one is, what would you prefer to do at the end of your workout? The treadmill or the Stairmaster?
Ooh, Lord.
You already know my
Like,
answer.
can we say the sauna? Because that's what I prefer to do. But I mean, if it's between, right, sit.
Chipotle.
Right. That's crazy. You said Stairmaster or the treadmill?
Uh-huh.
Treadmill. Because you have the option to, like, walk at your own pace. I feel like the Stairmaster, I'm looking at Adri, like, she loved the Stairmaster. Like, Stairmaster mommy for real. So for me,
toes down.
For me, it's definitely the treadmill if I had to choose between the 2.
How about you, Bree?
I usually do Stairmaster. I recently tried treadmill, but I tried to do that 3:30. I don't even make 2 minutes. I rather get on the Stairmaster.
All right.
But if I'm just walking, like, with no incline, then I feel like the treadmill is easier, but then I feel like I don't burn as many calories. So then, I don't know, mentally, I feel like I burn more calories on the Stairmaster because I can't do the high incline. I just can't do it.
Okay. You only need 15 minutes.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing.
I'm with you, Brandon.
I don't want nothing with that Stairmaster.
Yeah.
She could have it. Listen, she used to have me that.
Everybody out there, get on that Stairmaster.
Like this. Holding
Stand
on
up straight.
for dear life.
Stand up
Stand up straight.
Stand up straight and get on that
Stand up
Stairmaster.
straight. Get your hands off the thing. I'm like, my legs down here. Get me off of this thing. I hate it so much.
Oh my God.
I hate it. This is a
get
set
on
of
that
questions.
Stairmaster, y'all. I promise y'all. Stand up straight. Be on there 15 minutes. Y'all gonna get the best workout, and y'all ain't gotta be there that long. Imagine how long people be walking on a treadmill. You ain't gotta be on the
The
Stairmaster.
same amount of time that you walking on up them steps on the Stairmaster.
But I also,
because it's after the workout, right? You said after a workout.
But I
Depends on the
also,
intensity.
right. But also, I didn't say walking. Because you could do.
You can jog. You can
go
walk on a
1
high
minute
incline.
on, 1 minute off.
That's true.
Right. Do your
I like
own
they want
pace.
it
Start off slow, then go up on an incline. You can jog.
But if you do the interval
things.
program on the Stairmaster, it'll give you your slow intervals and your fast
Treadmill
intervals.
has interval too. What you mean? What you saying?
She's over here trying to
Listen, I'm just trying to be devil's advocate because you saying that the treadmill give you that pace.
Okay.
You can set your
Stairmaster
pace
is the
on
devil's
Stairmaster,
advocate for
too.
real. No.
I do intervals on the Stairmaster too.
Yeah,
I
that's
get bored
that's
easily,
typically-
so that's like, I probably could do it on the treadmill too, but I guess I just got comfortable with the Stairmaster where like doing intervals on an incline. Like I rather do intervals with the incline, but the incline takes so long to adjust, and it's like.
I get that.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully one day I could be comfortable on the Stairmaster.
That's how I
and
feel about
get
the
to
treadmill.
y'all.
Stairmaster, though. I know you can because you've done it and you can do it. I know you can. I believe in you. Love that. All right. So we Stairmaster advocates over here. All right. So now that we got the game time out the way, let's go beyond the reps. So because we have these two lovely ladies in the studio with us today, we tapped them because one, they are like superstar social media content creators, and I know we had an episode before about content creation, and it was just us three in here talking about how we just don't know what's going on and how we just don't do it and why we don't do it.
And we don't know what we doing.
And they know what they're doing. So we're going to talk a little bit about social media, content creation, and gym intimidation. So we're going to start with gym intimidation first. Gym intimidation, otherwise known as gym anxiety. Okay, so I want to first define for y'all what gym intimidation is. Gym intimidation is defined as nervousness, fear, or worry that occurs when preparing to go to or while being in the gym. Now, Coach K had asked a question during the rapid fire during game time about what would to rank like those the three of them?
3. Yep.
3 things that would be most intimidating to least or issue whatever when it comes to that type of thing. So we want to get into the first question in reference to gym intimidation and Coach K.
Yes. So the first question is what triggers it for you? Like when it comes to going to the gym, anxiety, and you're like ready to go in there, like what triggers and how do you overcome that gym anxiety?
Yeah, no, definitely for me and a lot of people that I've connected with just even on social media, especially like plus size people that are trying to get into fitness or, you know, fitness enthusiasts, it can be crowds. Like crowds is something that triggered it for me. It definitely has gotten a lot better, but that's why I ranked knowledge or crowd at the top, was because crowd is something definitely in the gym that kind of makes me anxious. And knowledge was also another thing that made me anxious as well, right? So crowd in terms of people looking at you or, you know, being judged or not knowing exactly what it is that you're doing with a certain form of equipment. So that's definitely something for me that triggers my anxiety or has triggered it in the past. Definitely has gotten a lot better though, which I'm very proud of. And I think for me, the reason why it really just got better is because I just put my head down and I was just locked in and focused. And I set goals and I'm like, you know what? The only way you're going to hit these goals is if you just get your butt in the gym and do what you got to do, right? So for some people, it's, you know, they put on headphones. For me, before I started going to the gym on my own, I was at NLB taking classes. And before I was at NLB taking classes, I was taking classes with Gene at Catalyst. So, like, for me, it was really just trying to get as much knowledge as I can so that when I do go to the gym on my own without a trainer or without a coach, I can do certain forms of movement successfully, right? I know what I'm doing, and that kind of helps me feel more confident, I would say, which kind of helps that anxiety to kind of go away.
And you know what? I probably should have mentioned this prior to even starting this off, but we both, I think all three of us, obviously have witnessed T's, sorry, I forgot you wanted to call T's journey in the gym, because she documents it, the social media content creation. She documents it and shares it with us on social media. And also knowing her personally and like actually experiencing her personally and watching her transform has been like so inspirational for me and a lot of people that I know. So I just want to give you your flowers. And I know that you hit a goal recently.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. She hit her 1 year.
I did hit 1 year of being consistent in the gym. So like that was something that I wanted to really set a goal for myself last year into this year. And I said, you know what? It was like, I think it was like March of 2024. We're in 2025 now, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. March of I don't even know what year we're in. March of 2024, like end of March into April, I was like, you know what? It's the new year already started. At first it was like, you know, I'm gonna wait till January. Then February came around. I'm like, wait, hold on. We ain't start these goals yet. And then March happened. I'm like, yo, it's really about to be your birthday next month. Like, you have to lock in. And I set a goal for myself to be consistent in the gym, but also, you know, as much as I can with my nutrition for a whole year. So that was something that I really wanted to dedicate my time and just everything that I was doing to and towards. And I hit it this past weekend, actually. So that was really cool. And I lost 50 pounds in the year that I was being consistent. So it was really, really something that I wanted to achieve. And I'm just proud of myself for it.
Yes. So proud of you. We are so proud of you. So I will have to say the same thing. Like, you know, watching you at, you know, sometimes partnering up together at NOB, coming to my class and stuff like that, seeing just that transformation, and even just like, you know, of going on your own, the forms, the all that stuff. Like, it's not easy to just go by yourself. It's easy to call your friend and go to a group class, but to get up and go by yourself to that gym, it's not easy. So the fact that you did it and you stayed consistent for a full year, like, that's amazing. Like, that is fire. Okay.
Yeah. And consistency doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. I just want to clarify that, because I feel like a lot of people equate consistency with being perfect. You're gonna have days where you're like, yo, I'm not gonna go to the gym today. I'm probably gonna wait until tomorrow. Or life happens, right? And you may not be able to go to the gym, or you're at a family function or event, and you know, you probably didn't bring your protein shake with you to this family function or event. Like, that's just the reality of it, is that life happens. But it's what you do after that day, right? And that's something that I really had to tell myself, is just because you probably had a day that wasn't your best day, or you went to the gym and you didn't burn 500-600 calories, you only burned 250 or 350 calories, is better than burning nothing at all, you know, in terms of being active and moving. So not equating consistency with being perfect.
Love that.
I love that.
What about you, Bree, as far as the...
I forgot the whole question. Sorry, I was over here being inspired. Like, no, that's what I needed to hear today. As far as like gym intimidation, I feel like I kind of what's the word I'm gonna say? Kind of like, so I grew up just always kind of obsessed with fitness, almost like in an unhealthy way. Like even in middle school, like I was looking up like the best workouts for, you know, core. Like I was doing sit-ups when I was like 7.
Me too.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Part of me is like, that's a little unhealthy. Just like I remember there was times where I was doing jumping jacks on the bed because I was trying to lose weight and I lost the weight as a kid. So like, I've always just been like, I never like had a gym membership, but I was always watching YouTube videos. I was always doing HIIT workouts like in our little tiny apartments. Like I was always working out, trying to stay in shape. I was in like marching band and I was also really active. So I never really had that feeling of like not knowing what I was doing. Like once I actually got a gym membership, like again, I watched a lot of gym influencers. So I felt kind of confident going into the gym. So I guess kind of like I don't really have as much intimidation as people who has never stepped foot in the gym or who have never, you know, don't have that information or that knowledge. But one thing that does intimidate me every now and then is when I see a new piece of equipment, so that's why I put equipment first, and I don't know how to use it. There are sometimes I go, like there was one time in Catalyst, I went to go try this machine and I put it on. It was like, I don't even know what it's called. It's like a belt and you connect it and you like do squat.
Okay, the pit squat.
Yeah,
okay.
And I like went to go try to do it. Yo, it was not pit squat. And I was like, okay. I felt so embarrassed, but at the same time, I try to remind myself like, people are learning how to do movements too. Like there are certain movements I've just never done. Like I just started doing those extension things and I'm over there looking at the pictures. I was like, I don't care if people see me looking at the pictures for the machines. Every now and then I feel comfortable learning, but there are certain days where I'm like, yo, I feel really embarrassed right now with like new equipment. I'll be looking up YouTube videos.
I've done that too.
Writing this down.
Privacy screen.
Like, why is my lower back hurting? Let me see what my form's off today. So yeah, so I guess it's more so like the equipment, and then crowds every now and then can be intimidating too, especially with the dumbbells. Like there's always a ton of guys over there in the benches, and it's like it's awkward. Like especially if you want to do like Bulgarians, so you gotta like kind of face the person that's next. It's just awkward.
Yeah. I agree.
And I try to just tell myself, you belong here. Like just because you're a woman, you belong here. You know, you're just trying to use the dumbbells. Just you know, space out. You know, men, they, you know how men are. So it's just like I just try to just put the blinders on. And honestly, I want to get a different membership. No offense to Catalyst, but it's just that specific location. It's a lot. But yeah, for me, it's definitely new equipment, and new movements that I haven't really done, especially with upper body, because I'm starting to get more into upper body now. And definitely crowds for sure.
Okay. So. It's so funny because like I think for me, I don't think I've ever experienced gym intimidation. I do feel like there are things about the gym that irritates me, that makes me not want to go, which I don't like because the gym is my like safe space. When I got into my fitness journey, like I've always been like an athlete and doing stuff since I was a kid, so being active was not foreign to me. But I think when I started taking like fitness seriously, as far as like nutrition and weightlifting, I didn't have a problem stepping into the gym because I lifted weights at home. I think the machine thing is still one of them things that I think I did the first time that I did that pit squat thing. I was actually in the gym with my boyfriend, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is good for." I said, "Yeah, I see people using this all the time, but I don't get on this because I don't know how to use it. And I'm not about to go in here and look stupid." So it's just like, and that is a thing for me. It's kind of, especially I think for me the looking stupid thing is because I feel like I'm an expert. And I'm like, I'm about to be, you know, people are already looking at me. And it's like, and that's another thing. It's just like the whole like people looking at you in the gym thing. And we're going to get into that when the social media thing comes because I'm really trying to figure it out. But yeah, the machines, it's like, I just don't get on. But I use a lot more free weights and like barbells than I do machines anyways. But like the machines that I use are simple. The leg press, the leg extension, the leg curl, the calf raise machine. And that's it. In the Smith machine, I guess that counts. But
I feel like sometimes you don't have those days where you want to be adventurous. Like, let me try something else.
Listen, I get
bored. I get bored in the gym. We can talk about that later.
But I still won't use that one at Catalyst. The pit. Really? The pit.
It's too low. I tried to do it and it immediately touched the floor.
I'll be looking at it because I'll use the hack squat that's like directly behind it, and I'll look at it. I'll just look at it while I'm on the hack squat
and try to figure it out with your eyes. Yo, I do that too. I be watching people. I be like, all right, it looks like shit. Okay,
that's too funny.
Right here.
This won't happen. So, but there are like. There should be other pieces to that machine, though. I will say that. It's because like there's one that you can use the T-bar and attachment and use it and hold it in your hands and not wrap it around your waist, and you'll still get the same effect. Okay. And that would make more sense if I'm picking it up with my hands and trying to figure out how to wrap it and open my legs up and squat down and not fall down and all of that. That's too much. So I was
like, am I too short? Because I would put it on and I would go to squat and like before I even bend my knees, it's on the floor. And I'm like looking for adjustments. I'm like, is it the belt? I was like, let me get my. You know that sound on Instagram? Let me sit my dumb ass. That's how I felt. And I don't record myself in the gym, but I wish there are certain times where I wish I record myself because I'm all for like funny stuff. Like,
oh my gosh, So I'm with you on that. Like the machine thing, it's just like I don't touch nothing that I'm not unfamiliar with because I feel like I know what works.
Right.
So it's like I don't need to be trying to do new stuff and try new stuff. I mean, granted, it's some things I'm still curious about.
You still won't.
You just won't try.
We'll find out.
I'm gonna figure it out, especially on an emptier day. I'm like, let me go see what it's doing.
Gonna say,
I feel like
I've gone to the gym before, like earlier in the mornings before the crowds come in to like test certain stuff out. Yeah. I've been that person before, and then I walk in there like the next 2 days at my regular time, acting like I know what I'm doing. Right. I just did 2 days ago. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's too funny.
And I wanted to touch on one before you get to the next question. Yeah. Because we met both of you mentioned like some aspect of the crowds, right? The men in the gym.
I hate it.
What I can, and I know we all could probably give a story about that. My biggest issue with the gym when it comes to crowds, like I said, the crowd thing I can relate only because like what was this? When was this?
The last time we recorded.
The last time, so 2 weeks ago.
Ridiculous.
We left here to go to the gym together, which we're going to do today. And we went to the Catalyst on Elmwood.
Baby.
Infamous.
First of all, I don't go to the gym at that time. Because
that is a horrible time to go to the gym.
It was actually 8. It was probably like 8.
Yeah, but you know what? I thought 8 o'clock.
No.
They
gone.
I
thought the same thing. I did that same thing a few weeks ago. We'll never do that again. It was all hot and steamy.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And listen, so we went there, and it was in the little multi-purpose room where we planned on going. Because I think we both were in a space where we were just like, we just want to move our body, do a quick little kettlebell circuit or something like that. We pulled up to the gym. The parking lot is full
with cars.
Of cars. I don't care if the gym is actually empty. If I pull up to a parking lot of a gym and it's full of cars, I'm going home.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I know what it's going to be like fighting for equipment and all of that. But that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about these men in the gym. It was like, it just seemed like it was like 50 of them in there.
For real.
With no shirts on.
Okay. Right.
Like they was on the yard.
In that.
Right.
Oh,
they look like a bunch of jailbirds. No shirt, gray sweatpants. I'm like, I look, because I pulled in. I called Adrian. I hung up on my boyfriend like, I'm going to call you right back because ain't no way. I'm not going in there. I'm like, what are we doing? Because what is happening? Just from the outside, I was like, this is.
And we was like, girl, I don't know. I don't know.
What y'all did? Y'all did the workout or y'all drove?
That sounds like a dream for some single ladies, though.
They could have it.
I don't even know. I don't even think that's it, though. For real, because like I don't even think. Even if when I was a single woman, it's like
that's not. Yeah,
that's not.
You're going there to work out.
That's one thing about it. I don't go to the gym to look for men.
Right, you go to work out
for attention.
There are definitely women that do, and I can see them.
There are. You can tell. You can tell those are the ones that are in the gym looking to be seen and looking to whatever. Yeah. And I mean, I feel like we can have a whole episode on that another time. But the issue, the intimidation between me and her, we both trying to go there to get a workout. And we were literally reconsidering our workout just because these men are in the gym. Because we know if we go into that room,
girl, no, ain't no way.
Yeah.
Luckily, Kay didn't have nothing that she needed to work out that day, and she left. But then it's
God knew exactly what was happening because I ain't had no sneakers. I didn't have no pants. What was I doing? But I had my whole gym bag.
She was ready to work out though.
I had like 3 pair of socks.
She had on some jeans, and she was gonna work on her Crocs, and she was gonna put the sports bra on.
Hey.
But then
it works though.
Right.
I mean,
I was
but
going
then it was
to.
like, yeah. So she ends up
Not with
leaving, and I
was
stayed.
gone.
Okay.
But but it was so crazy. It was like literally as soon as I got out the locker room and got all my stuff ready to walk out, room was empty. I was so mad. I said, Interview, I said, you ain't gonna believe it's empty in here.
Wow.
Empty, ghost town.
Wow.
But the experiences that I've had in the gym with men, just being creeps. Is one of the things that I think if I go to the gym, and it honestly, and it got to the point at a point in my life where I want to say it was probably, I don't know, it was pretty much anywhere because I've lived in multiple places throughout the state and had different gym memberships, right? I've always had instances where men started clocking me as to like when I was coming to the gym.
Oh no.
Following me, that type of thing.
What?
That's why I don't go to the same gym locations all the time. I try, even when you want to have a routine,
Right.
it is like, it's hard for me sometimes to be like, dang, this is the time I'm going to the gym. Okay, now I have to choose which location I want to go to because I got to think about which one of these people is at the gym at this time and who's going to be there at this time typically, because they'll go to the gym at the same time all the time. And I realized people were clocking me when they started coming up to me and saying, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. You're usually here at this time.
Wow.
This type of thing, you know, and I'm very observant of my surroundings and stuff like that. So when it comes to like crowds and stuff, like I don't like being around a lot of people all the time anyways, but like when it comes to that, it's like, you know, it's going to be obviously like, I feel like and I don't know if y'all can attest to this, but like in the gym, it's usually more men than women. So when you see a crowd of people, you see a parking lot full of cars, or you see a gym full of people, it's like a bunch of men. It's like, do I want to deal with this today?
Right. Yeah.
Like, do y'all have that experience?
I've definitely had experiences, specifically that location. If we're talking like the Elmwood Catalyst location, because you never know, right?
Catalyst.
There's the movie theater, there's AutoZone,
Right.
there's the, well, it used to be the buffet that was there, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
like, there's times where like I would pull up and I see a whole bunch of cars. I'm like, you know what? Don't start freaking out yet. Let me drive past and like look in the glass. So like you see me like pull into the parking lot, see a whole bunch of cars, slow down in front of the gym just to look and see what's going on, and then I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this today. And there's been times where I've sat in a car for like 30, 45 minutes, an hour in the car until it cleared out, or I just left and went to another location, or I left and did something at home. So I've definitely like been there before where I see like, especially that room at the Elmwood location, because that's where I really
That's
like
where you
started out.
I remember that.
Yeah, I used to have my own little corner in there and everything like that. Now all of a sudden, like people start to get on to the little room. I just see the room getting crowded now. I'm like, what's going on? It used to just be me and like a few other people in here. So yeah, I've definitely been there before. Like if I see a large crowd of men or just a large crowd in general, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this today. I'm going to the next location, or I'll just wait in the car.
Yeah. What about you, Bria? I know you mentioned like the dumbbell section with the men and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't had anything specifically that's been giving creep vibes. More so, just like repeated looks, and like. But I am known.
Though.
It is, but like, you know, like I can't. As long as you don't do anything to me, I'm fine. Like, you know what I mean. But I'm known for my RBF, like, and I'm sure.
I mean, me too.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you too.
But it don't faze them. It almost kind of makes them, they want to go harder at me, and I don't like that.
Yeah, and I've never had anyone walk up to me or try like anything. Like I haven't had luck. I've been lucky enough to not have that. But at the same time, I go to the gym at different times all the time. Just because whether it's my schedule, whether I'm on orders, it's just like my schedule change, and yours does too, I'm sure. But I haven't had that. But as far as like the it's just like the uncomfortability of just having men there. It's not like they're doing anything. It's just, sometimes it's just uncomfortable, you know? Just being a woman. It's just, You know, especially, you know, if you're doing something, you got to bend over and there's a person right there. And the whole setup at that location is just so crowded. And especially now, like I went this morning and they have like the pec deck machine, like right in front of the hip thrust. I'm like, this, like, it's just has no feng shui and it doesn't make any sense. And I'm sorry, we up here just bashing Catalyst. I literally just left them a bad Google review. I'm a Google reviewer. I do that. But yeah, but besides that, like, I don't like the main thing with the crowds for me too is just like the machines. Like, there's no machines. I usually do hip thrust. The hip thrust machine doesn't work, and I'm not about to set up. I don't set up hip thrust. I'm not doing that. If there's a hip thrust machine, I'm not setting up a barbell and doing. I'm not doing all that. So, and then the Smith's machine, like, it just throws off my whole workout. It's like I could have did all of this at home. Yeah. At this point,
when you get there, you wait minutes and hours just to get on a machine. It's just like people hanging out in the gym.
Oh my gosh,
like it's the club catalyst.
Club catalyst. That's what we call it. We call it club catalyst.
Yeah, you're right. We talking like mad crazy about
well, you know what? I feel bad because it's not catalyst. It's the people that go there for real, for real. It's not like the actual gym. So
that's right.
Let's
fix that up.
It's the people.
Could be better too.
I agree.
So feedback is important.
I'm giving them my feedback, so they already know. So I don't need to know.
Okay. Kay, I think you have another question.
Yeah. So yeah, and I don't really have to touch much based on anything that we talked about because it's the same thing for me. For the most part, it's just like the crowd is the men. It's not. I don't really care about the women. It's usually the guys. And then like equipment, I love free weight. So for the most part, I ain't touching no machine unless I'm with her or my boyfriend. When I'm with my boyfriend, I be playing around. We be at a playground, going from machine to machine. But I experienced not too long ago though, like when we went together, this is why I'm like, man, it's just I don't get it. I wish we had an all women's gym here. I really wish we did. And I think I'll feel way more comfortable going by myself because that's one thing that I've been trying to do and I have not been consistent with. I say you inspire me with your journey because I get so intimidating and I just be like, no, never mind, forget it. I'm not doing it. And I get so stuck on my ways and I just won't go. But not too long ago, I'm there with my boyfriend and even like with him, they don't respect. He literally had to look at the dude like, I'm here. Don't you see me with her? Like, we don't look like we're just friends.
Right.
So it's just like, even that is so like frustrating. So I feel like the guys just makes it, that for me has really always been like the guy and the way they look at you. It's like, stop looking at me like that.
It's
like,
the way
like look,
you can little glances is fine, but you can tell those creepy looks.
Yeah.
Like those looks of like, did you just undress me with your eyes? Because that feels really uncomfortable. And like now I'm like, all right, like this is weird. Yeah. So that have always been my biggest intimidation. Because when we used to have the all women's one on Colvin. Oh, I didn't miss. I used to go there all the time. Had no issues with that one over there. But now I'm like, what do we have?
Oh, okay.
And now they reopening
and
it.
I don't
think guarantee you it's not going to be.
It's going to be co-ed. Ain't no way.
It's definitely going to be co-ed. That gym, that space is too big.
So I'm
but even if they had
just a little divided room.
Up to be like this section of the gym is for women only. Like Crunch, I think has that.
Crunch,
I believe Crunch Fitness does, but I don't know like what the setup is in there. I do believe they have, unless they took it out too.
To all the equipment still, you know,
they had room. Right. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is it? I feel that. So.
But yeah, these men just stop, guys.
Cut it out.
Right. Be normal.
Right. Seriously, be normal. Because that creep stuff, I can't. Like, But our next question is, what are some steps that you have taken to feel more comfortable in the gym?
Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to that first question for me. It was, one, getting the knowledge. So I went to as many classes as I possibly could have until, I felt comfortable knowing what it was that I was actually doing. And then really just saying, what are your goals and what is it that you're here for? And sometimes you have to have that conversation with yourself where it's like you see a large crowd or, something's going on in the gym and that probably might deter you. And it's like, no, what did you come here for? You came here to work out, right? You came here to move your body, to better yourself. Get your butt in the gym and do what you got to do. And that's it. So I think for me, those are some of the steps that I kind of took to become more comfortable and get over that gym intimidation or anxiety. was really just the knowledge aspect and really just locking in and achieving the goals that I set for myself. So.
What about you?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I mean, like word for word, just kind of just remembering what I'm there for, what my goals are for that day, and a lot of the time though, sometimes I don't go to the gym just because I don't like want to go to the gym. Like I don't know if it's like a vibe thing, if I just need a different like location, like if I need to start going back to classes. It's just sometimes I feel like I need a change of scenery. So every now and then I'll do like a workout at home. I'll do something different. Like I just started getting into like this YouTube dance fitness channel. It's like I'll do that. So kind of trying to like change it up to trying different equipment every now and then so that I'm not just getting bored of the gym. So kind of switching it up and changing it up. But as far as like getting to the gym and having those anxieties, just kind of remembering I'm here. I already drove here. So I might as well go in there, just do my time, do my little hour or whatever, and go home. And then I also like to think about the meal I'm going to make afterwards. That helps.
Like, what I'm gonna eat after this. Sometimes you got to give yourself those types of motivation.
Right. I'm like, I'm going to have my eggs after this. It's going to take let me some eggs.
I think the only time that I get, the crowd thing, like I said, sometimes I'll get to the gym, like, it's too many people here, I'm going home. Or if I ain't got my headphones. No way. I'm going home.
Nope.
I'll turn around.
It's a rest day.
I ain't got no.
It's a rest day.
Automatically. I mean, I will go home. I might go home. Well, yeah, usually because if I'm going to the gym, I typically am taking pre-workout, so I'm probably already hyped up a little bit. If I can make it home before I wear off, I'll work out at home. But past that, if I got my headphones, that's another thing.
What's so crazy is that like I used to enjoy. I mean, sometimes like I'll have my headphones on, but like I'm listening to what's going on around me. Like there's like probably up until like summer of last year, that's when I started wearing headphones in the gym. Like I would just go to the gym and not wear headphones. I don't know if it's the New Yorker in me where I'm just like, I gotta be alert and on edge on what's going on around me all the time. But sometimes, I don't know, you be like working out, you hear some tea or something going on. So, I don't know. Like
you know what? I think for me, I'm hyper vigilant about my surroundings, but I don't like to be like involved with like other people outside because I think I deal with people all day at work. I don't want to know what's going on. I'm the least nosiest person that you'll ever. I don't care. Even when I'm at work.
It's the Aquarius. You're an Aquarius, right?
Yeah,
that's what it's. The Aquarius.
I don't care. So I just be like. I really be like zoned out. Listen, if y'all ever see me in the gym and I don't look at y'all, it's because I'm not looking at nobody. I'm literally like, you would think that I'm walking around like this at all times. I don't care if I know you or I don't know you, but that also I think for me also goes back to because there are so many men in the gym, I don't like making eye contact with them. So they get the wrong idea for whatever reason.
Right.
Like you look up like, oh, damn it.
Right, that literally happens to me all the time.
And it's like, oh, man, now they're going to think that I'm looking at them.
And then especially if it's multiple, I'm like, oh crap.
God. Like I want to be one of them weird people in the gym wearing sunglasses sometimes because I'd be like,
I've seen that
I used to like be like you and just try to space out and not look at anyone, but that started making me feel more bored in the gym. So now I actually like people watch a little bit, but I can't do it too much. I do it strategically, but every now and then I'll have to make eye contact with the wrong person. I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I can't.
I make up stories in my head about people. I'm like, okay, she over there, she look like she's pregnant, so she's probably like preparing for pregnant. Like I don't know. Like, I'd be like, I don't know, on the Stairmaster, especially up there, because you can see everything. I'd be like, ooh.
The Stairmaster, I like. See, that's the thing for me. It's like when I'm on Stairmaster, at the beginning of my workout, or the end of my workout, I'll get up there and I can look around and see who's in the gym. Because now I'm like, which one of these people is in the gym today that I need to avoid? Like, okay, this person's here, this person's here. What are they doing? They doing chest, they doing legs, they doing this. Okay, so I'm going to stay away from these areas.
Strategy for me.
Yeah, it's sad that I have to strategize, but that's how bad it is. That's why I need a new gym membership. All right, so let's move on to content creation. Okay, because and y'all two have different things that you focus on when it comes to content creation. Both of them are superstar content creators. I will never be on their level, and it's okay.
Never say never.
Literally never say never.
I've accepted that.
That's what
However, I want to talk about what are the most important strategies to being consistent with content creation, because I feel like for me, it's like, and I said this a couple of times on a couple of episodes, is that like I feel like I have, my life in general is like could be a YouTube channel. However, I don't have the mind to set up a camera record what I'm doing, and then the editing part. I have a bunch of videos. I promise you, I got a bunch of videos. Will y'all ever see them? I don't know.
Yeah.
So what are the most important strategies to being consistent with content creation? I don't know, whoever wants to start.
I mean, for me, I will say batch creating has been a savior. So for those of you that don't know what batch creating is, it's basically creating a bunch of content at once, multiple forms of content, multiple pieces of content, so that you don't have to scramble for last minute content or scramble to post something last minute. So, I have certain days where, let's say it's a Saturday and Sunday, I'll carve out certain hours in the day to focus on shooting multiple videos or, getting certain photos done or whatever the case may be. So batch creating has been something that has helped me. Also, and I know it sounds cliche, but like staying true to yourself is something that is very important. I feel like if you are doing content creation for quote unquote the wrong reasons, you're going to fall off of just doing what it is that you want to do, right? Like for me, it's about sharing my journey. I try to be as true to myself and be as authentic as possible. And I think that's something that's important and key when it comes to building that consistency, because you then build a community. You build, people that are asking you questions in the comments or sending you DMs, and you get ideas from people too, where they're like, I'm struggling with this, or I need help with this, and you're like, I'm going to make a video on this. This is something that I struggled with, or I'm still struggling with. So, I would say that authenticity, being authentic, and staying true to who you are, engaging with your community of people. Those are some things that have helped me with being consistent, the batch creating as well.
Okay. What about you?
I would definitely say batch creating too. Like, I do beauty content, so like realistically I could record every day, but I don't get prettied up every day. That's just not the personality I have. So I pick two right now. It's 2 days out of the week where I do my hair, blah blah blah, and I choose to record it. Then the next day I'll edit it. So batch creating is a huge thing because I'm not pulling out a camera every day. I'm just not doing it. Some people do. Some people, like, they're lifestyle creators. They record like every day.
Every moment.
I can't. I'm not like that. Like, I literally sometimes even take breaks like on the weekends to just not record anything like at all or do anything social media related. The other thing I will say that helps me out with consistency a lot is planning. So like planning the content you're gonna make instead of taking the video, like recording and then being like, all right, what am I going to do with this today? Like, you know what I mean? I used to do that back in the day. I'm like, all right, I'm going to record myself doing my hair. And it's fine to just post like a tutorial, but you need to switch it up. Like, all right, well, what can I do differently? And that's another thing, repurposing your content.
Oh, yeah.
So like I could take, a video of me doing my hair and I could do a tutorial for the style. I could use that same video to talk about, oh, these are the products that I use and this is how I help my hair this way. I could take another part of that video and make it like a funny video because there's some bloopers in there that I kind of laughed and I thought it was funny. People might find relatable. Like, so repurposing content is super, super, super important. Like, a lot of people like to record and stop. I record like the whole process of whatever I'm doing. I know it takes up a lot of space, but I would definitely invest in some kind of storage somehow. Record your whole workout and, take little parts of it if you don't already and repurpose it. And then if you like don't have like the creative juices flowing, you're not really sure, you can always look at other. I don't do this too. I wouldn't say do this too often because you don't want to start to copy other people. Exactly. Copy like their style. But every now and then, like, I'll see something, even if it's not in my niche, and I'm like, oh, I could flip this to be beauty related, or oh, I could flip this to do that. And I'm like, oh, I could take this video that I took last Tuesday and put it with this sound and this trend, and that works. So it's kind of like repurposing and planning what you're gonna do. So like I'm new to the whole planning thing because before it was kind of like, well, this is what I'm gonna post today, this is what I'm gonna post tomorrow. But I recently started planning my content for the following week. This is what I'm posting on Monday, this is what I'm posting on Tuesday, and so I know the week before this is what I have to record because I need this content for these topics, if that makes sense.
And also with that too, like, it gives your audience an idea of what it is that you're going to post that day. Right. So like there's people that look forward to certain videos, like an update that I'm doing for the week, like my weekly update on Saturdays. There's people that like literally will come on at 3:00 just to see that versus people that are like, oh, she's doing a get ready with me on Monday. I'm going to go ahead and make sure on Monday I'm dialed in so I can see this get ready with me. Like it gives your audience that sense of, I guess, that structure, right? Like they can kind of plan out their day too in order to know what to expect from you. So, yeah.
Right. And then what you said too, like engaging with the comments, like that's super important. Doesn't matter if you have 2 comments, doesn't matter if you have 3. It's hard obviously once you start getting more and more comments, but engaging with as many as you can, because like your viewers want to know that you are actually listening to them. And then it also gives you topics for future videos. If they're asking questions like, oh, well, how many of these do you do? Or like, well, what product do you for this? Okay, I'll make another video of that. It might not come out for like another week or 2 because I already planned next week's content, but maybe I'll flip-flop, depending on how many people ask the question.
Okay.
So
that's so interesting. Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. That just sounds like a lot of work to me.
It is.
It is. It's not. I'm not gonna lie. It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And y'all got jobs. I'm like, I don't understand how.
It's a second job.
It is a second job for sure.
It's a second job. I feel like a lot of people don't realize it, like how much time, how much effort goes into it. Like I'm still in the military, but that's like part-time right now. I'm a full-time content creator. That's what I'm doing like every day of the week, for the most part.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of work, but if it's something you want to do, then you work at it and you put your best foot forward and you try to do the best that you can, but also don't beat yourself up. Like for me, recently, like I fell behind because we're getting like our floors done and stuff, and a whole bunch of stuff happened with our family this weekend, but it's hard not to beat yourself up because you get behind and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to post today. Everybody's going to think that I fell off. Like in reality, most of the people aren't even going to realize that you didn't post. Like,
especially the way that the algorithm or whatever the Instagram be doing where you don't see people's posts. It's just like I would have to go to certain people like, this person usually posts a lot, and I have to go to their page to see that they posted like 5 posts since the last time I seen. Like, why is this not popping up on my feed?
Right.
I don't understand that. And I think that's something else for me. It's kind of like, I'll post. It's like I'm trying to figure out what time to post, this, that, and the third. And it's just like, okay, this time of day this worked, and then I do the same thing and it don't hit. And I just be like,
that's gonna happen though. There's gonna be times where like you see a video do very, very well, like performs really well, and then there may be times where the video that you post the next day, same type of video, doesn't perform as well as the other did. And I think it goes back to, and that's why I say like creating content for the right reasons, right? Like you're not posting a video for it to do well, right? You're posting a video to, share your journey or share whatever it is that you're sharing, but for your audience as well, right? That relatability, that aspect of it. So I think for me, that was some of the things where I'm like, this didn't perform well, but I still got to post. I'm still going to do this because I know that this can potentially help someone, right? Like someone is looking forward to this. So, and it helps me too, just keeping me consistent and just accountable.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And I think also like, even though she just said like sometimes you post the same video and it won't do well, I also like to go back to my videos and see what did perform well and try to do something similar. And it might not hit as much, but it's like, just find that consistency, and you kind of do have to analyze your own content. Like you have to go back and be like, all right, well, this did well. Why did it do well? Okay, well, I see that like the shorter I make my clips, the more people, and like Instagram now, you can go and see how long people are watching your video for.
I still ain't figured that out.
It's in your analytics. It'll show like, oh, people like watched your 1-minute video for 8 seconds. I'm like, all right, well, this video I had longer clips, so I need to shorten them because people have short attention spans. And it's like stuff like that you don't think about. It's like little things that you could try to tweak here and there, but everything changes. So like, it might be different next month.
Right. So, I think that's another thing for me. It's just like I don't be having time to keep up with that stuff. Yeah. Like I'm not trying to figure it out. And the thing with me is that I do feel like I never post anything that's like, I guess like on trend. The only thing that I think that I do with my posts is that the music that I choose is like, I'll just look to see like which one of these, like I guess like the ones with the little trending arrow goes well with what it is that I want to post. I think that's the most that I do. Any other time it's kind of like, this is just what I want to post today because this is, and that's okay. And this is just what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's fine.
Past that, I don't be thinking about none of that. I think that's just, again, it's a lot of work. And it's like,
well, it depends on what your goals are with content creating. Like, do you want to be a content creator? Like, what is your end goal?
I feel like if, for me, posting on my social media, I just feel like I would like to be able to, I don't know if I want to would want to consider myself as a content creator, but I think I would want to create content that would reach more people.
See, and that's the same thing that happened with me. Like, even today, it's like weird. Like, you're like, oh, she's a superstar content creator. In my head, I'm just like, I'm just posting and sharing my journey. And that's really what it was, like, starting out. And even today, but it really was me just sharing my day-to-day journey, right? As someone that's trying to get on their fitness journey and just struggles and good things that happen throughout the journey. Like, that's really what it was for me, but I just built a consistency and a routine around that. So it doesn't have to be this thing of like, oh, I want to be a content creator. What is it that you're trying to share? And just build a routine off of that, right? Like, if you're, when you associate health and wellness and fitness, you think of the gym and nutrition, right? So maybe you post a meal prep video, or you post, so even if you go out to eat, something that's healthier on the menu, a way that you eat if you go out to dinner with your friends. Like, I don't know. So that's something that I just kind of use that as like a way to kind of navigate and get out of that content creation headspace, was just simply sharing my journey.
Right. And people love relatable content. Relatable content probably does the best on Instagram, just in general. So if there's a gripe that a lot of people have with fitness or food, like you said, the restaurant thing, here's a meal you can order at Olive Garden or wherever, maybe not Olive Garden, but here, gripes that people have, that content for me, like, always does well. So, like, things that, people struggle with, and, showing it in a fun and engaging way, that always does well.
I think that kind of rolls into the next question I wanted to ask, is where do you find your inspiration when it comes to your niche? Where do you find your inspiration at, and in reference to content creation?
I would say a lot of my inspiration kind of came from just seeing fitness enthusiasts just online in general, whether it was like Instagram or TikTok or whatever. But like, I just noticed that there weren't people that looked like me doing it. And that's where I really kind of dialed in. It was like, there's people like me that probably are struggling with said workout routine or whatever, and there's no representation for that. So that's really where it's weird, because I got inspiration from seeing people do it online, but also from some of my own struggles and things that I've gone through, that I was like, you know what, this kind of needs to be discussed and like showcased, because there's people like me that are seeing the same fitness enthusiasts or whatever we want to call them online, but they don't look like them and they're not going through the same exact struggles and things that they've been through. So I would say a bit of both, seeing other people who are doing well or just showcasing certain things, but also things that you've gone through that you're not really seeing online. You're not seeing a representation of that.
What about you?
I would say, like, similarly, I started off my content creation journey on YouTube, and it was more so like a diary kind of thing. It was it was originally Bree Marie's hair journey. It was a journey because I didn't know what the heck I was doing with my hair. I just did my big chop. I was like, I have 4C hair. I don't know what to do with it. And like, there was natural hair influencers, but none of them had the way my hair looked. And it wasn't until years later that I realized that, like, people might say they have 4C hair, but it could act completely different from what they think is 4C hair. So that took me actually years to learn. But at the time, it was like me trying different styles, me trying crazy things with my hair that I look back, I'm like, yo, what did I put in my hair? Avocado that wasn't ripe, and I had avocado pieces stuck in my hair.
Funny. I think we all did.
Like, when I could have just went down the street and got some Pantene and probably been fine. And I look back at those videos and I just find it so funny. But it was kind of the same thing. Like, I didn't see anyone with my specific hair, or it kind of looked like my hair, but then I would go to do what they did and it didn't come out the same, and I didn't know why. And it took me years to kind of learn that, and that kind of pushed me to want to educate people more on natural hair and try to get past the hair typing chart, because that honestly doesn't help anyone at all. Like, it does not help at all. But I could talk about that for forever. But as far as inspo, it was really just my journey, and kind of the same thing. Like, I saw natural hair influencers on YouTube, but they didn't have the hair that I had. So I felt like I wanted to go ahead and show my journey, and it turned into what it is now. So,
you know what? And that's so crazy, because I both kind of had like a similar answer. And I think I have the antithesis of that. It's like, I feel like I see people who typically we all kind of look the same. So it's like, what do I got to offer to these people? Like, they can get the same information from somebody else that looks similar or the same. So it's kind of like, it's not that I don't have anything to offer, but it's kind of like, what I don't necessarily know, like, what for me, like I said, I would want to create content that would reach more people, but what would make me different than the person that is doing. And the thing is, I'll see people, they do the simplest things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this don't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what it, you know?
You can make content based off of that. Like, the fact that, you know, oh, you know, these are, like, simple things, but here's what I do. If you're saying, like, the workouts are, like, simple, whatever. But, like, there are so many fitness influencers, and now there are so many creators with hair like mine. So it's just, you're just another person, and you might be sharing the same info, but you're you. Nobody's going to have your personality. Nobody's going to be you. Exactly. So you might say, oh, I'm just like that. You're not like the next person. You're a different personality. You might share different knowledge. You might share the same knowledge. Who knows? You're vegan, right?
No.
Or a vegetarian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, like, you can share stuff like that. That's, you know, like, I feel like kind of categorizing yourself a little bit is also super helpful. 'Cause, like, vegetarians are trying to grow muscle, like they trying to grow a booty, like like honestly, if I could give you advice, I would structure your whole content based off of that, because that's hard enough.
That's a lot of people tell me that, have told me that over the years, but that's nothing that I've ever been like interested in, like focus on and showcasing.
Then don't do it if you're not interested.
Because if you do it, you're gonna.
I don't want that to be my, like, what people know me for,
right?
You know, I understand like how it can help people and how it would attract more people, but I feel like it would just get to the point where it's like, and then it would have to be like a me thing. I would have to be like always showcasing that on me, and it's like that's never been my thing. Like if you look at my posts on Instagram, that's not. I don't do those poses. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's just the way my body looks,
right?
You know, it comes with the package and the routine that I do. It's not about like, oh, I want to help you. You know, granted, I could do it, and I could definitely make a guide and do the whole thing. But I don't want that to be like what people know me. Yeah, I don't want that to be. That's not what Busybody Fit is.
Right.
So it's like, you know, I don't want that to be. And like I understand that. A lot of people have said that to me, and it makes sense.
But if it's not if you're not passionate about it, then don't do it.
No. Like I love my classes, my BBL boot camps. I love them. I think
we do too.
Yeah,
we definitely do.
I love them, but I don't want like that's just. I think that's just a piece of what my brand is, and not what my whole brand is.
I got you.
And so that's why I introduced my other class, my Better Body boot camps, because I wanted it to be like more inclusive of other things. And it's like little known fact about me. My favorite thing to train is upper body. So it's like, but nobody would know that because now it's kind of like over the past couple of years, I feel like I've been so focused on that. And it's kind of like, even when I go to the gym, it's kind of like, I don't necessarily want to. And that's another thing. I feel like everybody's doing that. And it's just like, I think because everybody's doing it, it's just like, yes, I have, like, I can give you the formula for whatever, right? But I don't want that to be like,
I got you.
The overall thing about like what my brand is, because that's not what my brand is. So,
but like building muscle in general, like not even just the booty, but building muscle in general.
So I think that would be more of a because that's always been like my goal and my journey. So like building, gaining, and maintaining. Is essentially what it is. But so
on a busy schedule.
On a busy schedule. That's exactly what it is. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
So, like, for me, I feel like I don't think, like, being a content creator is what I even want to even try to even start with the schedule I have between my schedule, my daughter's schedule. No, forget about it. But what I want to do is more similar kind of what you're saying about, and you mentioned, of just sharing your journey. Because for me, it's, like, obviously, like, I've run my classes and my pop-ups and whatever, but where I started was losing a weight loss journey first. So I think with me, it's like still being in that same journey, because that journey doesn't stop. You just keep going. It's sharing more like as a busy mom. That you still have to make time for yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to be able to take care of others, you know? And I feel as a woman, like we're carrying all this stuff. We have all these plates that are full that we have to do. For others that I'm like, I can't lose myself. That's really how I lost myself in the first place, was when I had my daughter. I didn't know what to do. And I went 5 years doing nothing. So I think for me, it's like, but I think I like the idea of planning. So I think lately I've been trying to stay consistent with planning my meal preps, because I meal prep every Sunday. But sometimes I'm like, I don't want to record a thing. I'm just taking a picture. I can't do this.
I do have that experience.
Oh my God.
Almost every time I have to record now, which has gotten kind of bad. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to not experience that burnout, but.
Yeah, I would say for me, specifically with meal prepping, ask her. Like, I told her too. I'm like, yo, I hate recording meal prepping videos. Like, it's something that I cannot stand. It just, I don't know what it is. It takes the joy out of just cooking a meal and just preparing a meal just for you.
That's how I feel about wash days.
Yeah, it's just, it's so stressful to me. Like, it makes me anxious. I just don't like it at all. But I know it's something that is vital, you know, when it comes to a health and wellness journey. Like, 80% nutrition. 80%, like, it's something that is important. So sometimes it's like one of those things where I'm just like, yo, I know you don't want to you don't really want to do this today, but at least film a little clip or do a little something, right? And try to incorporate it into, you know, what I eat in a day or whatever the case may be. I don't know. But I've definitely experienced that before where I just don't feel like recording meal prep. There's been times where I've gone to the gym and I didn't put up the camera because I just want to focus solely on that workout, right? Like, you lose that.
You get out
that
of it.
sense of just being, like just being present and just focusing on the workout. It's something that you lose that. So I've been there before, 100%. I think it's a balance.
I'm like, thank God, because I was like, is it just me? I'm like, I can't. I don't know how this. I don't know how this content people do this. Like, so like, I think for me, I just want to share that more. Like, just sharing. Like, listen, like, I have a busy schedule, but I need to do this meal prep not only like to make sure that I'm healthy, but like every day I leave my house at 7:30, 8 o'clock. I don't get home till 8:30 o'clock. I can't even cook dinner every day. So guess what? My daughter got meal prep to eat. We all about to eat whatever I made. So it's like, I not only do I have to make it for myself, but because the way that our schedule is, like, I get off at work at 4:30, I'm getting to her at 5:30 from practice. From practice, she goes straight to the next sport. So by the time we get home, what we got to do? Who cooking at 8 o'clock? Not me. We're going to pop that in the microwave. We're going to eat that food. So it's just like, I think for me, I'm like, I think, you know, definitely don't want to be like a content creator, but I want to share more of like, just of like my busy schedule as a mom. And also like, even for me, like when I first started my journey, I lost a lot of weight. I became a coach and had started running my own business. And then I'm going through like this like health issue that now like kind of like set me back a little bit and got to start all over. And now I got to figure out what do I have to do with my body now that there's a lot of stuff that I can no longer do. How many people are out there that got already that kind of like just gave up because now their joints hurt too much or like, so now I'm like trying to do some research on like, okay, maybe I can't do HIIT class no more. Maybe I can't do certain things. What can my body allow to do? And like, I just ran into a girl that came to my pop-up on Saturday, and she's like, yeah, I had already like, and hers flare up, and now it like calm down, like, and she also like trained and does stuff herself, and it's just like, wow, like I didn't know how someone
like, that you know personally too is going through the same thing or have been through the same thing.
So I was like, I think like now I'm like just showing, because like, you know, some of you guys have known me back for LW, you see me jumping and doing doubles and doing that. I can't do that stuff anymore. So just to show like, hey, at one point you were able to do it, but now it is what it is. And like, we're getting older. Like, I'm about to be 35 years old. I'm about to be doing what I used to do when I was 21. You know, so just showing that like when you're in this type of journey, like it changes even as you're aging. Like, so you don't just stop because you got older, you can do certain things. So now maybe we got to modify. Maybe we got to walk. So it's like a journey, like it's a lifestyle. Like, so I think I just want to, I just want to, so you're saying like just, you know, your authentic self and just share whatever it is that you really want. So I figure for me, I'm like, I like the plan. Maybe I could just take 2 days to just share something. But like, I don't think that I ever wanted to be like a content creator, but it is nice to get like some feedback from you guys, because sometimes I'm like, I have this video, how am I gonna put it together? So then I'm over here playing around on Instagram, like, can you flip it? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm like, flip my videos all look the same. Like, do I like do little zooming and popping? Like, so I'm like, is there an app I could just throw them all in? They could do it for me.
One of these days.
Listen, I be trying to look for them. Cause I'm like, that's the only way that I can put mine together. I'd be like, cause I think I'm just of a certain. I don't know if I'm of a certain age or what it is, but I hate being on my phone. to where it's like I gotta like touch. Like I hate texting.
Yeah.
Okay. So like the whole like, and it's like, you know, using, because I will always use like the little apps, like the little whatever video editing apps, and always do it on my phone. I'm like, I can't do this. So now I have an iPad, and I'm like, I still don't like it, you know. And it's like I have a MacBook too, but it's like I gotta buy a mouse because I can't do the thing with the mouse pad. Yep. It's just like all of that is just.
I edit on my computer mainly, unless it's strictly cell phone footage, which I just leave it on my phone because I can't. But yeah, same thing. I got myself a little mouse, and that's why I do it.
I just I don't got it to do. So okay, so we just want to get into our flex and reflect. So we're gonna flex and reflect and just figure out like what our takeaways are from today's conversation. I think Kay had a specific question she wanted to ask.
I do. So I would say if you could go back and give your past self an advice about the gym anxiety, what would it be?
It's not that serious, girl. It's not that serious. Like, what are you anxious for? That's something I would tell myself. Everyone is different, but that's something I'd be like, girl, it's not that serious. If I could tell myself back then what I know now, look at where you are now versus where you were before. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. You know what your goals are. Focus and lock in.
Love that.
Simple as that.
Love that. What about you, Brie?
9 times out of 10, nobody's looking at you. So that whole pit squat thing, nobody probably saw me. It's all in my head. Right. That's what I would tell myself.
That's true. But love that. I just want to give what I took away from this conversation, especially the fact that you guys like made it clear to me that like, you know, well, I think I've never looked at social media content as like something that I'm just trying to get the likes or whatever. Like I couldn't care less about that. But good. Like I think when y'all said that, kind of like, what was the term y'all used?
Kinda, journey or what?
Jesus, I wanted to quote y'all specifically. Yes. No, not repurposing.
Batch creating.
No, to make myself
authentic.
No.
Okay.
I can't remember what I said.
Niche?
I'm just going. I guess yes, like categorize myself, like categorizing myself and like really just putting content out based off of like what it is that I want to put out, and not necessarily focused on like what the people might want, like trying to figure it out. Right. So that's something I can take into consideration if and when I do put out any information. Anything you want to add?
And for me, I think I never thought about. It's so funny because we batch our recording, but I never thought about like doing a batch of like videos. And sometimes it's like I'll go and do like, it's like the rushing. I want to hurry up and get it out because I'm like, all right, let me get it out, delete. Like, because I need storage. I'm like, between me and it's so much. Yeah. And I never thought about like, bro, just record and keep it. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I just rushed it. I just threw something out there just to throw it out there. And I don't like that feeling. Yeah. So I'm going to take away of like recording, like even if I record and reusing stuff. Yes. So sometimes like, I actually did that today. Yeah. I did that today. And I was like, oh, someone's going to know I used this before. I be feeling that. And I'm like,
nobody.
And then so like you said, nobody cared. Nobody's watching you.
I would see, trust me. The same video like 3 times.
But that makes me feel more comfortable of just even sharing certain stuff or even remixing them or just taking some pieces of it and things like that. Yeah. Because it's so funny because when I did my first video, like I had 2 different ideas, right? So I had an idea I wanted to post because it was like my boyfriend and I have been doing a lot of working out together and I want to get out like just us like we've been calling like stronger together type thing. So I want to get that out a lot. But then I'm like, oh, but there was one where I literally was dying doing my reverse crunches and I wanted to like because I wanted to talk about like sometimes how you got a song that gets you through a workout. So then today I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pull that. But at first I was like, people already saw it. But just knowing like you could reuse it, who cares? Record a bunch of stuff and then take your time and plan when to put it out versus just recording. Because like I said, for me sometimes I just record like my plan is to record today. I was like, I'm going to record today. I'm releasing tomorrow, releasing in 2 days, deleting. But I might just change that. I might just keep it for a while and then work.
Yeah. Try to plan before you record so you're not recording aimlessly. I feel like that helps me a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And also planning your editing time. I think editing is probably something that, for me, takes a longer time to do than actually getting footage. Like, that for me is something that is like, it just takes a lot of time, right? And I'm sure people can relate to that. So planning the time to edit. Like, if you batch recording, you say, you know what, I'm going to do 2 hours of just getting as much footage for 3 days out of the week. Planning that time right after you record, if you can, to edit. And sometimes, like, you're like, you know, I'll edit it tomorrow. And then life happens and you get busy. And then next week, that video isn't out yet. And then the next week, that same video and clip or multiple clips that you've taken is not out yet. So, like, trying to get into the routine and habit of editing after you batch create.
Right. Yeah, and that's good, though, because, like, for me, too, like, with everything I got going on, like, free weight is really what I have to kind of stick to the most, honestly. So just recording when you say let it run. Like, that's another thing. The on and off is so frustrating. Cause I'm like, not even took a 2-minute rest because now I'm resetting. I can't. So I
get a storage. They have those plug-in things that like are magnets that magnet onto the back of your phone, and you plug it in. It's like 100 gigabytes of storage or something.
I don't know. TikTok shop. Offline about that because I don't know nothing about that either.
I don't even have one for my phone because I don't really use my phone, but I will get one.
Okay. Well, that was a really good conversation. We just want to wrap this up with our accountability before we get out of here. So each week we have something that we want to hold ourselves accountable to. And since you guys are here, we're going to throw y'all in the mix. So, I don't know, man.
I'll go first. I want to get out of the way. So I want to start, like, I don't think I ever did, like, the whole 10 steps a day thing.
10 steps?
10, I mean, 10,000, 10K. I just said.
Okay.
10 steps is getting out of here. I'm done. No, the 10,000.
Okay.
So I think I want you to hold me accountable. You guys, hold me accountable, you ladies. I want to do at least 5 days.
Okay. 10,000 steps a day for at least 5 days.
Yeah, they don't have to be consecutive. Just at least 5 days out of the 7 of the week.
Okay. So, what about you, Bree?
For me, it's just being okay. So 5 days out of this week, I want to move my body, whether that's going to the gym or doing one of my exercises at home because I've been falling off of that lately. So that's my goal for this week.
T?
For me, I'm not going to say 5 days a week because I just know myself, and that's not going to be realistic. But I want to at least 3 days out of this week get 8 hours of sleep. I feel like life has been lifing lately, and I just have not been getting enough sleep. Even like coming in here today, I was telling Brie, I'm like, yo, I don't even know how my eyes are open right now. So like, I want to be able to commit to getting 8 hours of sleep, like just trying to go to bed earlier, and so that I can just feel good the next day and energized. I think sleep is very, very important, and I've been doing a bad job at getting enough rest. So that's my goal.
Okay. For me this week, we back on them clothes. No, I'm just playing.
I was about to say.
Kinda. So because I'm in the process of moving or getting ready to move, I need to pack up my clothes that I'm not wearing. So my goal is to pull out the same amount of clothes, I'm going to wear all the time, wash them if I got to rewash them, rewear them, and everything else that I'm not wearing between now and the time I got to move, got to be packed up.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. You thinking.
Because I know her.
Listen, we're going to see what we get done.
That's why you got to hold her accountable.
Yeah, I need to stop playing, go over there, and make sure she
gets another thing, y'all. She ain't never came over, so I don't even know. You know, that was part of the plan, so.
I would say you're supposed to go over how many episodes ago?
Okay. Listen. All right. So now that we all have that, we all have contact with each other. We're going to make sure we hold each other accountable. Before we get out of here, can you tell the people, if y'all want to, what y'all handles are on social media if they want to follow you?
I'll go first. You can follow me and find me at Your Fave Cup of Tea. So your FAV cup of tea, the letter T. On all platforms.
Love that.
And I'm Breezy's Puffs at BreezySpuffs.
Okay, follow them. Y'all gonna see when y'all see their page, y'all gonna see why I say they're superstar content creators. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today.
For having us.
Had a great time.
It was
a great
fun.
conversation. Yes. We hope to see y'all soon again. Hope y'all be a guest again on another episode. Yeah. Thank y'all for listening out there. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. We appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all soon.